Okay guys, so now it's time to start completely welding up the manifold now. So we're gonna get everything set up here and get the aluminum foil. I already bought the aluminum foil to use to block off the holes and the ports so we can keep the argon inside the runners. So we're gonna get that set up. I went ahead off camera and did a few of them already, just a few beads on the piping. So this is how it came out so far. Not too bad. So this is just basically me tuning the welder and just trying to get it perfect before I try to attempt to do the other manifold. So alright, so let me get this thing, the aluminum foil set up and get the argon flowing through it, and then we'll start completing the rest of the runners. Alright. So now we got the manifold set up for the back purging. We already put the gas, the holes to the gas can flow through. So only thing I have to do is turn the welder on and let the gas cycle through the manifold, the runners. Usually when you turn on the gas for the you want to let it sit there for at least I would say about 20 seconds. Let it cycle through the whole manifold before you start welding. That way you're sure that the gas is going through all the runners properly. And now we can start running, start welding on it and see how she comes out. Guys, I don't know if I explained my setup here. I mean, I know some for welders, this is not for welders and guys that usually do this for a living, but these are for the guys that wants to do it for the first time. Like I'm actually attempting it for the first time. So let me just go over my setup here before I start welding. Basically, if you're gonna do this, in order to back purge, you're gonna need one of these valves that has like the dual setup here, so you can you release gas from here, and then this line goes straight to the welder. So this is what you're gonna need if you're gonna back purge. So you just basically run a hose off of this, and connect it to your stuff so the gas can flow through that. So on this side, I'm gonna be running between 10 and 15 CFH. You don't really need to go no higher than that. I mean, that should be perfect for what I'm doing. And on this side that goes to the welder, I'm gonna run to about 40. So that's just a little bit of information for guys that want to try this for the first time, and they want to attempt doing a manifold for the first time like I am. As far as the welder, I got it set to about I'm gonna be running about 110 volts, and let me see what I got everything else set to. The pulse flow, I got it to about 4. You want to have the pulse flow. The pulse flow is basically, you want to have once you stop once you stop welding, you basically want to have the torch set over your puddle for a little bit so that argon can settle into your weld, so you don't have any issue down the line, like maybe possible cracking or anything like that. So that's basically what the pulse flow is. How long you want the gas to flow over the welds once you finish welding. So that's basically it. I mean, you don't really need to set much else on the welder. So let's get going here and see how this thing turns out. Also, let me just add that the reason why I'm running 40 CFH on the side that goes to the welder is because I'm actually running the Furic Pyrex cup. So whenever you use this cup, and this is actually I think it's a number 12, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it's a number 12. So the bigger the cup, the more gas coverage you're gonna need to actually cover over your puddle. So and the beautiful thing about this cup also, you can also stick the tungsten out as far as it can stick out way more better than the regular cups, because sometimes you need to stick it out to get to tighter areas. Down in between here, I can stick it out more, so I'll still be able to get the gas coverage with this cup. So this is one thing you guys gonna probably need to invest in if you're gonna attempt to try do manifolds and stuff like that. So just wanted you guys to know that. Okay, so now we have the manifold welded to the point where we can't really get the torch in certain angles now. So the next step is to remove two of the runners now, so we can get inside the certain corners and stuff like that. So I have my little drumming tool here ready to cut through the spot welds that I left on the flange. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay guys, so there you have it. We have the two runners disconnected from the manifold. So now as you can see, we can get a bit of weld on them from the inside. The hard to reach areas, we can reach those perfectly fine now. So we're gonna take it over to the welding table and complete up the welds. Alright guys, so this is it now. Finally got the manifold completely welded up now. So here she is. So this is what we how she turned out. Not bad at all, man. I mean, it's not perfect, but you know, it'll get the job done. As far as the wastegate, I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm gonna do that later on once I get the turbo, because I want to see how I'm gonna position everything. So that'll be done later on in the future. Shouldn't be that difficult. Just to bore a hole here and add the wastegate flange there, and that won't be too much of a work to do. So, yep, this part is done now. We can throw it back in the car and move on to something else. We have plenty more that we have to get done on the car, so we can get this thing up on the road and go terrorize a couple Lamborghinis and stuff like that. So let me throw it back in the car and let's see how she looks. Okay guys, so this is the manifold back on the car now. So this is how she's looking. I went ahead and put a mock-up turbo that I had laying around the shop, just so you guys can get an idea how, you know, the turbo looks on the engine. Sits lower than the valve cover, but that's fine. That's the way I wanted it. As far as the downpipe, we have plenty of space back here for the downpipe to go down and loop around. I don't know if I mentioned, guys, I'm not gonna run a hood exit on this. I'm just gonna do it the old traditional way, and the exhaust is gonna go down, run at the bottom of the car, and go out to the back. So that's the way I want it. And also the wastegate dump tube is gonna get recirculated back into the exhaust. I'm not gonna run that out into the atmosphere either. So I just want the car quiet, man. I don't want too much of a noise and, you know, too much headaches while I'm driving this car. You know, I want this car to be driver friendly. I want to be able to give it to anybody and they can drive it and be comfortable with it. So I'm not gonna get too crazy with it. So another thing too, I'm also gonna have the header, the manifold, and the back housing for the turbo. Those are gonna get sent off to get ceramic coated. As you can see, the back housing for the turbo is probably like a few inches away from the brake booster and the master cylinder. So you really don't want to have too much heat going to those items. And you can see also the brake lines are back there, which I'm gonna probably try to reroute some of the brake lines and get them away from the downpipe. So to try, you know, so you don't have the brake fluid boiling inside the lines or anything like that. But yeah, this is it so far. I mean, the next thing I'm gonna move on to now, I've had a few guys asking me how I'm gonna do the axles and stuff like that. So that's probably the next area we're gonna start tackling, trying to get the axles the axle situation figured out. So that's what we're gonna move on to next. So stay tuned, guys, and you know, keep on following the bill. Thanks for watching this video. Like I said, on the next episode, we're gonna start doing the axles, so you can look forward to that. All right.
Now, existence, you see, is something that is spontaneous. Your hair grows by itself. Your heart beats by itself. You breathe pretty much by itself. You don't have voluntary control of these things. So we say it happens spontaneously.